Hello. Hi guys, can you hear me? Hi Akansha, hello. If you can hear me or see me, just let me know whenever I see down. Okay, basically whenever I see here, it means I'm looking at your chats. Okay. Okay, so let's begin with today's session, shall we? So in today's session, we have nothing prepared, okay? We have no slides. We are just going to go with the flow. And before doing that, I am Bhavana Bisht, and I am a plus educator on Unacademy, wherein I take free live classes as well as classes on Unacademy Plus. And I teach science, yes, and my code is BBLIVE. So if you ever wish or have a chance to subscribe, you can use the code. Okay, so what are we going to do in today's session? We are going to start with the very first chapter of chemistry, which is all about chemical reaction and equations. Okay, now I'll be like, now what is so different, what is so unique or difficult about it, right? It is such an easy chapter, but there's one thing which is little. Do you see the gif up there? As soon as we see the chemical reactions in this chapter, हमारा reaction by यही होता है. Oh no, how am I going to remember all of these reactions? How am I going to write these reactions? Do I need to write the phases, or do I need to write the arrow where it is, the centimeter? Or it should be big, it should be small. How is it supposed to be, right? So there is where we get confused. So today in this session, we'll be talking about how to write chemical reactions and equations. Okay? Now, the very first thing, the thing that we don't quite understand, and what exactly is that thing, ma'am? So the thing is, we have this chapter and we see two words in the topic. The first one is chemical reaction and the other is chemical equation. So are they the same thing, or is there any difference between the chemical reaction and chemical equation? What do you think? Is there any difference, or it is basically just the same thing? What do you think? Same thing or nothing? Well, how many of you know that when I take hydrogen and I take oxygen, I am going to get water? Yes. So now let's say I have hydrogen. Yes. And I add it with oxygen. Yes. And I am getting what, ma'am? I am getting water. Okay. So whenever I write any chemical procedure in such a manner, I use words to say what exactly is happening. That is a chemical reaction where I'm not specifying the number of molecules, I'm not specifying the phase, I'm not specifying anything. So that becomes my chemical reaction. Understood? But when I talk about chemical equation, what is chemical equation all about, ma'am? Chemical equation is the one where we go into details, where we talk in symbols, For example, what is hydrogen? Hydrogen is H2. What is oxygen? Oxygen is O2, right? And it is giving you H2O. Yes. So over here the reaction is not balanced. Balancing reaction we'll be doing in the next session. So don't worry about it over here. Okay, so I have hydrogen, I have oxygen, together they is giving you water, right? Now hydrogen is a gas, oxygen is a gas, water is liquid in nature, right? So what is an equation? Equation is something where we deal with symbols. Something is told to you in detail. You know the number of molecules and also the phases are specified. Understood? So these all the things make them a chemical equation, and this is a chemical reaction. Understood? Is that clear? Hi Harshita, hello, hi Shivkumar, I just told you that. So chemical equation is the one where we use symbols, where we know कि कितना molecule या कितना moles किसका लिया, कितना, how much did I take hydrogen, how much did I take oxygen, and how much water did I get, and what were the phases I used my elements in. Right? So this is called as chemical equation. These are the two important points. But when I talk about chemical reaction, it is just that ये reaction हो रहा है, I write it in waters. There's not much information given out. Okay? So this is what happens. So this is the basis. This is the basis between chemical reaction and chemical equation. Clear? Now we will move on to the next part. How? How exactly? Because sometimes we also get confused between the left hand side and the right hand side. So what is this all about? Yes. So on the left hand side, we write something called as reactants. What do we write? We write something called as reactants. And on the right hand side, we write the products. But ma'am, what is the meaning of this reactants and products? What is this exactly? What are we talking about? So, do you like lemon juice? क्या आपको एक lemon mojito या do you like नींबू पानी? Do you like that? Yes. Are you guys a fan of lemon juice? You can answer in the chat section. Yes, Shivkumar is like, Mami, yes. Okay. So, very good, Pankaj. So now, do you ever make it? Do you ever make it? Yes. So how do you make it? Ma'am, generally for making lemon juice, I would use some lemon juice, right? I will take like raw lemon, I will squeeze it, I will get out the juice of it. Yes, I will add some sugar, I will add a pinch of salt, and I will have to add water. Yes, if you like ice, you can add ice. And the product of adding all of this, you're going to get your lemon juice, which you can drink, especially in the scorching heat where our monsoon is fluctuating, right? Oh, take care, ma'am. But why did we go to lemon juice all of a sudden? Hi, Sachin Singh. Hello. Good evening, Sachin. How are you doing? Yes. So what is it over here? So now can I say I squeezed out the fresh lemon juice over here? Yes, I took sugar, salt and water. So these were all the ingredients that are required to make lemon juice, right? So similarly, in a chemical reaction, I have some ingredients, right? And they are generally written on the left hand side. Understood? So all these things are called as reactants. Okay, now they will all react with each other, they will all mix with each other, and they are going to give you something called as the product. Okay, so reactants are written on the left hand side and products are written on the right hand side. Clear? So that is why in chemistry, when we write chemical equations, it is very important that we know what is the meaning of reactants, what is the meaning of products. Well, again, I'll take a very simple example, that is, let's say H2 plus O2 is giving you H2O, right? So over here, what do I know, ma'am? I know that hydrogen and oxygen are combining together to give me water. Yes, so can I say this is my ingredient list? This is the one that I require to get water. Yes, so this is my reactant. Understood? They will react with each other and give me water. So reactants are on the left hand side. Then we have the product. Product is something that we get after the reactants react with each other. They will mix with each other. And over here I get water. So this is my product. Clear? And it is written on the right hand side. What does the arrow signify over here? The arrow over here signifies कि भैया जी यहाँ पे reaction हो रहा है. ठीक है? Now sometimes the reaction requires certain specific conditions. It requires certain specific conditions. Okay, for example, if it is scorching outside, will you have nimbu juice? Yes, ma'am. But would you like a dash of ice on it? You would like a dash of ice on it. You would like ice cubes, right? So you would like something which is cold, right? Similarly, if this reaction can happen at all temperature, at all pressures, under like anywhere, no, everything requires certain set of conditions. Like if you want to study, you can study, but not everybody can study in a noisy environment, right? So you need specific conditions. So these specific conditions need to be written down either above the arrow or below the arrow. Understood? Let's say this is happening at room temperature. So whatever temperature it is happening, let's say 25 degrees Celsius. So you will write this over here. Okay, if you are using a catalyst to increase the rate of reaction, that also the name of the catalyst you will write on or below the arrow. Understood? So this arrow over here signifies if there is any specific conditions that need to be there so that this reaction can take place. Understood? So this is very important. Hi Nikhil, hello. Do not spam, dear. Welcome to the session. Menti is going to happen on 17th. ठीक है? Okay. But ma'am, do I always understand ki, oh, but how do I understand that a chemical reaction has taken place? How would I get to know, right? So when we talk about if the chemical reaction has taken place or not, yes, so there are few things, few indicators, right? For example, as you're going from being a child to a teenager, like how our body undergoes some changes, similarly the reaction also undergoes a few changes, and they let us know कि भैया जी यहाँ पे reaction हुआ है because there are some changes that have happened. And what are those changes? How do they look like? That is exactly what we are seeing. Okay. The very first change that we see is the change in state. Okay, the very first reaction that we see is change in state. What do you mean by state? Ma'am, I was living in Maharashtra, I went to Punjab. No, that is not the change of state that we are talking about. Over here, we are talking about the change in state. What are the states? The phases of matter, that is liquid, gaseous, right, or solid. So like for example, over here I had hydrogen gas, oxygen gas giving me water, which is liquid in nature, right? So over here two gases have combined to give me a liquid. Yes. So change of state happened? Yes. A reaction has happened? Absolutely. Okay. Similarly, we have another, that is change in color. What do we have? Similarly, we have something called as change in color. Now, we all know that these chemicals have beautiful colors, okay? They are of beautiful colors always. Sometimes after the chemical reaction, let's say the color was blue. Let's say the color was blue, but after the chemical reaction, it is colorless, okay? So the color has changed. Nothing changes overnight all of a sudden. If something is happening, then only it will show some change. And therefore color change in color is also called as an indicator to a chemical reaction. Okay, then in some chemical equations we see that there is a release of gas. Okay, so whenever even a gas is released, that is another indication of a chemical reaction taking place. Understood? For example, whenever you mix let's say zinc plus H2SO4. So zinc is going to go with the sulfate, it is going to form zinc sulfate, but over here my hydrogen is remaining lonely. So what do? So the hydrogen is left alone. So it is evolved in the form of gas because it wants to get free and it will go away, right? So that will be the gas that is getting released, and therefore that is another indication that the reaction has taken place. And the last one is change in temperature. Then there is temperature also. When we study more in this chapter, we will understand not temperation but temperature. Okay. Done? Okay. So sometimes the reactions absorb heat, so they become cold. Sometimes they give out a lot of heat, and that is when they become hot. Yes. So the change in temperature also signifies that a reaction is taking place. So these are another indicators that biology reaction is happening. Yes. So this is how we go about it. Clear? But now, ma'am, is this only what we have in about writing the chemical equations? No. There is another amazing thing, and that is whenever you're writing a chemical reaction, always write the reactants on the left hand side, and also the right hand side is reserved for your products. Okay. So what do we have here, ma'am? So let's assume again we have zinc. Yes, we have H2SO4, which is giving me zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. Okay. Now I have my reactants. Yes, and I have my products. But ma'am, is this all amazing? Is this how I write it? No. If you pay attention, if you pay like very close attention to this, so you will see that somewhere I have the phase, I have written the phase somewhere there is no phase. I have not written the number that is required, right? So what is this all about, ma'am? So over here, always remember, if you're writing a phase somewhere, you have to write the phase everywhere. Is that clear? Yes. So let's say zinc is going to be solid. Yes. So we'll also write the phase for H2SO4. So in the comment section, you'll tell me what will be the phase of H2SO4. So zinc SO4 is, let's say, going to be aqueous in nature, right? So you have to write what? You have to write the phase. Clear? Understood? Any conditions you will write above and below. Yes. Now a gas is being released, right? A gas is being released. So if a gas is being released, a gas always stays in the atmosphere. And where is atmosphere? Atmosphere is above. It is filled with gas. So a gas, it will always try to escape. So it is always going to move in the upward direction, and therefore whenever a gas is released, we always signify it with an upward arrow. Okay, is that clear? Hi Bibu Bhatti, we do not have a Menti quiz today. We have the Menti quiz on the same topic on 17th of June, sorry. I'm still in January. Okay, now in some reactions we have something called as a precipitate. In some reactions we also have something called as a precipitate that is formed. So precipitate is something which is insoluble in the solvent that is present in the reaction. Okay, so when I put any solid like soil in water, is it dissolving in water? No, right? It's not dissolving in its solvent. So it settles down. So whenever I get a product which is insoluble in a particular solvent, it is called as a precipitate because it settles down. Okay. Now, as a precipitate is settling down in a chemical reaction, whenever you get a precipitate, you signify the precipitate with a downward arrow. Understood? Like how we have gases and we signify them with an upward arrow, precipitate is signified with a upward arrow. Clear? Hi Diksha, hello. Hi Krish. Yes, welcome to the session. Okay, so this is all about how to write a chemical equation, what things you need to keep in mind. Okay, now there is one very important thing, and that is how much of what you are using, how much hydrogen you're using, how much oxygen you're using to get water, right? So now the next part of this chapter is how to balance equations. Okay, so that we are going to do in the next session, because next session will be a mini quiz on all the things that we have learned today. Okay, now for this you also have to understand what is the difference. What is the difference between the stage that is liquid and the stage that is something called as aqueous? Okay, because many students have doubt, ki ma'am, what is liquid, what is aqueous? So basically, if I say water, okay, water is going to be liquid. So what will be aqueous? Anything, okay, anything that is dissolved, in water is called as aqueous. Understood? So you will, for example, let's say you have put some salt in water. Let's say you have put some salt in water. So what are you going to write? You are going to write NaCl, aqueous. Okay, it means that you have put salt in water. So this is how you are going to write the phase aqueous. Understood? And water is water, it is not getting dissolved in anything, so it is going to be liquid. Understood? Clear? Yeah, so this is it for today's session, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. So basically it is like this. So you have reactants on the left hand side, products on the right hand side. Substances that undergo the change are called as reactants. Yes. And the products, that is after reaction, after mixing and matching, whatever you get is called as products. Okay, so chemical equation represents a chemical reaction, because a chemical equation is all about symbols, yes, and some details. Okay, so in the next session we'll be talking about balanced chemical equation and skeletal equation. Okay. So before going to the next session where we talk about balanced equations, there will be a session on 17th of June where we will have a Menti quiz on the topic that we have studied today. So Menti quiz is happening on 17th of June. Okay. Yes, Krish. Do not spam. Okay. So if you enjoy this session, if you want amazing sessions like these every day, where you can have them, and where can you have them? You can have them on Unacademy Plus. You can be a part of Unacademy Plus by using the code BABYLIVE10. Okay. But ma'am, why are we talking about this? Why would I need to know about it? But how on a YouTube session I can decide this? So do not worry, I have a free live class today. You can use the code BBLIVE10 to join in. And the session that we have today is Introduction to Electricity. The timing is from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. That is in just 15 minutes. You are going to see me live on the Unacademy app. Okay. So do not forget to come on to the free live class today that is happening at 7 p.m. Okay. The Shiv Kumar, I will be live on YouTube on 17th of June with a Menti quiz on whatever we have studied today. And if you like whatever you learned over here, so what do we have? Why do we need to join? Only because I'm there? No. You have amazing features, like you get to study from the comfort of your house. You get to decide who you want to learn from. You have regular doubt solving. Entire syllabus is covered word by word. You have your study material in the PDF format, practice tests, weekly sessions, weekly mock test series, live quizzes, daily MCQs, subjective answer writing, everything available to you at your fingertips. Yes. So do not forget to subscribe. The most common plan is for year, so you can use the code BBLIVE for 10% discount. We also have Iconic, where you get your own personal mentor. Your doubts are solved within 24 to 48 hours by amazing people, and that is on your own Discord network. your own weekly report depending upon how you're performing in your test. Your parents will be told about it, so they'll be happy that my bacha is studying. And you will have your study planner depending upon how you are performing, plus all the features of Unacademy Plus. Okay, again, the most sought out course is this one. Your referral code is going to be BBLIVU10 to get a whooping 10% discount. Okay, and I understand that paying everything all at once is not easy, so you can put the code over here. Yes, you have some credits, you can get up to 10% extra discount. Yes, and you can select pay in parts or EMI. Pay in parts are only available for more than 12 months. Pay in parts is you can use credit card, cardless EMI, credit cards with zero cost EMI, that there is no interest. Okay, so your parents would like to know more about it, you can talk to the Unacademy expert and they will guide you. Okay, so we have every Monday we have amazing batches which are getting launched. This Monday we had a full syllabus batch, so if you want to be a part of it, go and enroll to Unacademy Plus and you can be with me and amazing teachers from all over India. Also, this Monday we had a free test series which is launching, so I hope you have enrolled to that. We have some plus test series which are already on, so beautiful things happening. And the most beautiful of them all is Unacademy Emerge, which is for 6th to 12th, happening on 20th of June at 12 p.m. Okay, the link is in the description box below. Go and register yourself. Only 30 questions, 60 minutes, no preparation required, and you get the chance to win up to prizes worth 5 crore rupees. So go and register. Okay, I will come live on YouTube on 17th. Do not forget to download the Unacademy app. Join me. Use the referral code BBLIVU10. I have a special class today at 7 p.m. on electricity. Okay? And we will have a Menti quiz on 17th of June at 6:15 p.m. Okay, so whatever we have studied today will be coming in the Menti quiz, so be prepared for that. But it is going to be a easy peasy quiz, I think so. Okay. Oh Krish, it's just because you're a sweetheart. Everybody of you, thank you for staying till the end. Hi Ayushi Tiwari, hello. Yes. Okay, so this is it for today's session, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and share this video to whoever you think will find it helpful. Like, guys. Give it a big fat thumbs up because I know you enjoyed, if you did. And go and watch the recording if you missed the live session. Is that clear? I'll see you next time. Till then, please take care of yourself. Stay home, stay safe. And I'll see you at 7 p.m. on the Unacademy app. Okay? Bye.